So one of our key set pieces is, of course, the printing press itself. This has been really fun to research because I found all these kind of historical reenactment groups on things like YouTube where people recreate machines from different eras. So this design is very much based off a 17th century printing press. And whilst our machine might not be a real one and might not be actually printing, the way I've designed it is so that it echoes the real key movements, because these printing presses obviously were so functional and dynamic, and it's the sounds as much as the movement of them. And so, yeah, I've designed it so that the piece can echo the movements of a real printing press, with using hinges, using a track slide, and most importantly this lever here, which is called the devil's tail. This is what they used to call that lever on the printing press, and that you can pull so that we actually create a pressing movement. Yeah, so it's really inspired by the real thing, but then what's different about ours is I wanted it to be able to split apart. This is so that we can, as the play descends into slightly more surrealist chaos, we can pull this machine apart and do some really dynamic choreography and create some more interesting shapes with it. And it also functions as a projection surface, so we can project onto the sides. There's another element that's really important, and that's this kind of angled table here, which is essentially like a double-sided drafting table. This is where they would line out the letters and be doing the prep work before it can actually be printed. So this was another piece that we knew was really vital for us to have in this story. This is the model piece, which is essentially a structure that kind of mirrors that angled double-sided table, which we can then put a metal tray on to fill in the letters as the compositors would. But also ours splits apart so that it goes into two pieces. This is again so we can kind of break down the naturalism of this piece, but it also means we can create some really nice, more dynamic stage pictures, to keep the show interesting and to keep the choreography, to have more to work with really. So that's our second kind of really important set piece.